In the echelons of British aristocracy, few names resonate with the weight and heritage of the Grosvenor family, the Dukes of Westminster. Tracing their lineage back to the Norman conquest, this storied lineage exemplifies the enduring legacy of old money in a modern age that often seems to have left such antiquities behind. And the Grosvenors have not only survived, but thrived, skillfully navigating the complexities of the 21st century while maintaining a connection to traditions and values that hark back to medieval England. In today's episode, we will embark on a journey through the Grosvenors' magnificent mansions and estates, exploring the lavish embodiments of their storied heritage as we take you through the old money mansions of the Grosvenor family. First on our list is Eaton Hall, the prestigious country residence of the Duke of Westminster. Standing as a significant marker of architectural progress through the ages, this estate is situated close to Eccleston in Cheshire, England, and has been the cornerstone of the Grosvenor family heritage since the 15th century. Now, the initial substantial dwelling was erected in the 17th century, but it was during the 19th century that Eaton Hall witnessed transformative architectural advancements. First, the early 19th century saw the demolition of the original residence, making way for a more imposing structure conceived by William Porden. And Porden's architectural venture was a pivotal example of pointed architecture, harmonizing elements of early and late Gothic styles. This particular rendition of Eaton Hall was distinguished by its intricate geometrical patterns, fan tracery, and stained glass windows, emblematic of the Gothic revival movement prevalent at the time. Nonetheless, even the Porden-designed Eaton Hall was short-lived, giving way to a much grander mansion envisioned by Alfred Waterhouse. And Waterhouse, celebrated for his contributions to the Natural History Museum in London and Manchester Town Hall, was enlisted by Hugh Grosvenor, the third Marquess of Westminster, later the first Duke of Westminster. Initiated in 1870 and culminating roughly 12 years later, Waterhouse's creation epitomized Victorian Gothic revival architecture, incorporating a chapel, auxiliary buildings, and lavish interiors adorned with ebony, alabaster, porphyry, and green serpentine. Next, the 1960s marked a period of decline for Waterhouse's Eaton Hall, leading to a decision that the hall was incongruent with its environment. The Percy Thomas Partnership was tasked with altering its exterior to mirror a French chateau from 1989 to 1991. This redesign, however, received mixed reviews, with some critics likening its appearance to a commercial rather than a noble estate. Despite these alterations, portions of Waterhouse's contributions, notably the Eaton Chapel, a Grade 1 listed edifice, remain key to the estate. Completed in 1884, the chapel showcases Waterhouse's Gothic revival style, featuring buff sandstone, a grey slate roof, and a sumptuous interior with alabaster and mosaics, alongside stained glass by Frederick Shields and a carillon of 28 bells. And the estate's architectural story mirrors broader tendencies in the field of architectural history. For example, the gardens of Eaton Hall, sprawling across 88 acres, are the culmination of extensive design and maintenance efforts by leading designers, including recent inputs by Lady Arabella Lennox Boyd. The evolution from formal 17th century gardens to the 18th century preference for informal layouts was significantly influenced by figures such as Lancelot, Capability Brown, and William Eames. Presently, these gardens feature a variety of flora and fauna, including 4 formal rose gardens and expansive herbaceous borders, alongside recent additions like the hot border design and the Dragon Garden's vibrant bedding scheme. And the estate's design and layout extend beyond mere aesthetic allure, fostering a balance between Cheshire's natural beauty and human creativity. For instance, the inclusion of a walled kitchen garden, a wildflower garden, and a lake walk signifies the Grosvenor family's reverence for both cultivated and natural environments. And the tea house, nestled at the end of a scenic lake walk, offers a peaceful haven emphasizing the estate's dedication to crafting inviting and serene spaces. The tradition of hosting grand house parties during the Victorian era, where guests were entertained on an extravagant scale, highlights the Grosvenor family's significant wealth and social standing. And the selection of materials for the interiors, such as alabaster, porphyry, and green serpentine for the fireplace, a wedding gift from the Countess's brother, underscores the family's capacity to commission and appreciate exceptional craftsmanship. These days, Eaton Hall remains a private home, closed to the public, yet its architectural lineage, from a 17th century estate to a 19th century Gothic revival jewel, concluding with a contemporary interpretation of a French chateau, reflects the dynamic shifts and influences in British architecture over the eras. Hugh Grosvenor, the current Duke of Westminster, and his fiancée Olivia Henson have selected this historic estate as their future family home, continuing its long-standing tradition as the Grosvenor family seat since the 15th century. However, Eaton Hall still functions as a venue for charitable events at times. These events, usually held 3 times annually during the summer, play a crucial role in fundraising for local charities. Recently, in 2022, these charity open days generated over £50,000, showcasing the estate's community contributions. And the stable court at Eaton Hall is repurposed for exhibitions and events, housing a collection of Grosvenor family artifacts in the exhibition room and documenting the hall's history in the history room. The stables display equestrian-related artifacts, and the long room, akin to a country home drawing room, accommodates up to 150 people for events. And the Wolf Room, equipped with a movable stage and audiovisual amenities, offers another venue for gatherings. However, when the Grosvenor family want to get away from their main estate, there is a lovely countryside abode they can always go to, which will feature next. The Grosvenor family's Abbeystead, nestled within Lancashire's lush countryside and situated in the Forest of Bowland, an area celebrated for its outstanding natural beauty, provides a tranquil haven from the rapid pace of contemporary life. And it's a cherished retreat for the Grosvenor family, highlighting the seamless blend of history and natural splendour that characterizes this region. Now, the hamlet's name, signifying the site of the Abbey, brings to mind the fleeting tenure of Cistercian monks from Furness Abbey in the late 12th century. The monks chose this area for its strategic benefits, rich in natural resources, secluded enough to ensure a peaceful monastic life, yet fertile and water-rich for agriculture and self-sustenance. This combination of natural beauty and practical resources made Abbeystead an ideal spot for the monks' settlement and spiritual practices. And the monks' legacy in Abbeystead, particularly in agriculture and land management, is profound and enduring. Their innovative approaches to farming, such as the introduction of water management systems, terracing for increased arable land, and crop rotation to improve soil fertility, revolutionized local agriculture. These methods not only enhanced the productivity of the land, but also laid the foundations for sustainable agricultural practices that resonated throughout the region for generations, significantly shaping the character of Abbeystead and its surroundings. Furthermore, the Forest of Bowland, which enfolds Abbeystead, speaks to the area's remarkable natural beauty. Recognized as an area of outstanding natural beauty, this designation reflects the exceptional landscapes and serene ambience that define the region. The forest's heather-covered moorlands, deep valleys, and rich biodiversity make it a quintessential example of England's natural heritage. And it's this captivating scenery and tranquil atmosphere that underscore Abbeystead's allure, painting a picture of a place where the historical impact of its human inhabitants has harmonized with the natural environment to create a landscape that is both beautiful and bountiful. Home to significant populations of endangered bird species such as the curlew, lapwing and red shank, the estate's effective management of over 8,000 hectares of moorland supports these birds, alongside a successful peatland restoration program that has significantly reduced CO2 emissions, underlining the estate's dedication to conservation and environmental stewardship. Now, Abbeystead House itself, erected in 1886 as a shooting lodge for the 4th Earl of Sefton, also stands as a significant architectural and historical landmark in the area. Its construction, characterized by sandstone rubble with slate roofs and distinctive windows, reflects the era's architectural elegance. And the house's interiors, featuring dual fireplaces with panelled overmantels and an Elizabethan charm, represent meticulous attention to detail and historical value that define this Grade II listed building. Notably, the house served as the scene of a record-setting grouse shoot in 1915, cementing its status as a premier location for such activities, and witnessed the unfortunate passing of the 6th Duke of Westminster in 2016, adding a poignant chapter to its history. Now serving as the current personal residence of Hugh Richard Lewis Grosvenor, the 7th Duke of Westminster, until he and his bride move into Eaton Hall, Abbeystead House continues to embody the Grosvenor family's enduring connection to this tranquil rural escape. However, there was another home that put the Dukes of Westminster right in the centre of the London action for decades, which we'll explore in the next chapter. Grosvenor House, a beacon of London's architectural and societal evolution, played a pivotal role in reflecting the city's dynamic history, especially during the 19th and early 20th centuries. This grand structure not only mirrored the Grosvenor family's rise to prominence, but also served as a microcosm of the wealth, status, and influence that permeated London's upper echelons during that period. And the history of Grosvenor House is deeply entangled with Mayfair's transformation from mere pastures to a coveted district, thanks to the Grosvenor family's ambitious urban planning initiatives in the 1720s. Their strategic development of Mayfair, particularly with Grosvenor Square as its nucleus, signalled the dawn of a new era, and the relocation of the Grosvenor family to Park Lane and the subsequent construction of Grosvenor House exemplified their wealth and societal standing, marking a new chapter in their legacy. Specifically, Grosvenor House's architectural evolution, marked by significant expansions and the introduction of modern amenities like electricity in the late 19th century, symbolized the family's ambition to create a residence that was more than a home. It was a symbol of aristocratic prestige, a cultural beacon that attracted the social elite, especially during the so-called season. However, the onset of the First World War heralded a pivotal transformation in the function of Grosvenor House, transitioning from a hub of aristocratic leisure to a bastion of national service. Mirroring the evolving social landscape of the time, the war's outbreak necessitated its repurposing by the government, leading to the Duke of Westminster's decision by 1920 not to reclaim his ancestral home, and the subsequent sale of the property to A.O. Edwards, a visionary in commercial development, signalled the dawn of a new era for the site. Sadly, Edwards' plans culminated in the demolition of the original building in the autumn of 1927. This demolition heralded the construction of the Grosvenor House Hotel, a metamorphosis from a historic mansion to a contemporary hospitality icon. Under Edwards' stewardship, the project seamlessly blended modern luxury with Britain's traditional elegance, creating a destination for an international clientele while retaining an unmistakable British charm. Ownership of the Grosvenor House Hotel eventually passed to Katara Holdings under the Qatar Investment Authority, following its acquisition from Ashkenazi Acquisition Corporation, an American private property investment entity. Marriott International now operates the hotel, ensuring the legacy of Grosvenor House continues under esteemed stewardship. Today, the JW Marriott Grosvenor House London boasts a suite of amenities designed to meet the discerning tastes of its guests, including sumptuously appointed rooms with plush bedding, elegant marble bathrooms, and state-of-the-art connectivity options. And now, we'd like to see you in the comments. Which aristocratic British families' estates would you like us to feature next on this channel? We look forward to hearing from you, and thanks again for joining us for another episode of Old Money Mansions. Cheers, until next time.